So there is a big Nintendo leaker that goes by Pyoro, and for a very long time now, this user has been leaking information by Nintendo. Now, what sets this person apart from other leakers of Nintendo is that this person has gained a reputation of getting things 100% correct, having a completely perfect track record. Yeah, this doesn't always happen with leakers. Usually they get some things right and get some things wrong, and it can lead people to believe, well, maybe they're not actually a leaker, maybe they're just guessing. But in Pyoro's case, they are right 100% of the time. So naturally, the question comes, how does this person get their information? What is their source? Well, it turns out two very big things just very recently happened that turned things for this mysterious leaker upside down, and now they have completely deleted their Twitter account, which had amassed over 100,000 followers, by the way. So the first big thing is that Pyoro was very suspiciously silent before the recent Nintendo Direct. Usually Pyoro would start revealing things about a week or two away from a Nintendo Direct, but in this case, very few things were revealed by Pyoro, and some of the things actually turned out to be incorrect. Now, users on a popular forum called Reset Era noticed that with this Nintendo Direct, unlike previous ones, this Nintendo Direct's announcements did not have pre-seeded web pages on Nintendo's store. So a lot of game companies will do this, like I think Xbox and PlayStation will as well before big announcements, where let's say Nintendo is going to announce Super Mario Odyssey 2. Well, maybe about a week before that, they will put a pre-seeded web page on Nintendo's store, and then they will activate that web page, make it go live as soon as that announcement drops. So in this case, the Nintendo Direct did not have these pre-seeded web pages, and funny enough, Pyoro started getting a lot of this information incorrect and didn't really leak anything. So that led people to believe, hey, clearly the leaker behind Pyoro, the person that is supplying Pyoro the information, must have some sort of access to Nintendo's backend web pages. So then the other thing is that Bloomberg was actually working on an article about video game leaks, and they reached out to Pyoro on their Twitter account to get information, and well, funny enough, Pyoro actually directly responded to Bloomberg, or maybe this, journalist from Bloomberg that specifically has that in their bio, that they are a journalist, they write articles for a living, and Pyoro basically said, yep, my source is a worker for Nintendo of Japan, but that, hey, I don't know how they get their information, and that it probably is from back-end web pages. And so very recently, in an article 2 days ago, Bloomberg posted this story, and they directly included this quote from Pyoro. So, and then this is what is super bizarre to me. Pyoro tweeted out immediately after this when they, learned that their direct quote was included in this article, and Pyoro tweeted out, WTF, I didn't know they would include my response in their report. And then Pyoro went on to delete their Twitter account, and as of still right now, yes, the Twitter account is completely wiped. So now everybody knows that the source that Pyoro got the information from was a worker from Nintendo of Japan. Obviously, Pyoro did not like that information was becoming public, maybe because they wanted to protect the employee in question, because now that this is revealed, maybe that employee will get caught. I don't know, who knows? But yeah, I just think it's super bizarre and kind of funny that Pyoro responded to this journalist with information on how they get their leaks, and then was mad and surprised when that journalist included the quote in the story. My guess is that Pyoro probably thought that they specifically were not going to get name dropped in that article. So now that it is connected to them, now that source that works for Nintendo of Japan will not be supplying information anymore to Pyoro, and Pyoro obviously knows that, which is why they deleted their account. It is too bad. It's definitely the end of an era, the end of a 100% perfect track record of getting leaks correct. It is just another example, though, of these back-end pages and information that is being used for leaks. Yeah, about a month ago, I talked about this in another video. It was revealed that some YouTube employees, or at least some employees that had access to pre-uploaded YouTube videos, were the leakers that were responsible for some game leaks. And now we've got this showing again, in a different circumstance, on a different platform on the Nintendo store, that this back-end information is the source or the cause, I guess, of these leaks. I think companies will probably stop doing this back-end, pre-uploading of future projects, because it seems to be causing them a lot of problems, at least, as of recently. We'll have to see how Nintendo handles it going forward, but unfortunately, this is the end of an era for one of Nintendo's biggest leakers and definitely the most accurate.